Hey guys, I just finished my mid-year market update and just want to give a high-level overview for you guys. So we'll start off with big picture U.S. economy. We're looking great, and GDP. The Federal Open Market Committee, the consensus among members, the median estimate was that we would be at 7% GDP growth by the end of the year, which is up from their March estimate and up from pre-pandemic estimates as well. And so everything looks good as far as the national economy, and things are headed in the right direction. Obviously, there's some uncertainty with what the Delta variant might bring, but that's always the case. This is a projection. We don't know the future. And so housing is obviously what we're here to talk about, and that has gone up almost 16% nationally from July of 2020 to July of 2021. We've seen, almost 16% increase in the value of sold homes, which is substantial. And a lot of people are wondering if, we're in a bubble or if it's going to burst, but that's not the case. Homeowners are very well qualified, and homeowner equity is higher than it's been for a long time. And so we have really healthy numbers on that will keep people in their homes. Some people think, there will be a lot of foreclosures, but that's not the case. Only 10% of people that are in forbearance right now are in a position where they couldn't sell their homes. The bank owns too much of the home for them to be able to sell it through traditional means. So what we're looking at is really a strong market, and it doesn't look like there will be a wave of foreclosures. And the bubble will not burst. In fact, a lot of this is caused by years and years of reduced production from home builders, and that stemmed from 2008. Since 2008, after the market crashed, a lot of home builders did not participate, or it drastically reduced their production. And so as of now, conservative estimates have us at needing about 3 million homes, and less conservative estimates on the high end, we're looking at about a little over 7 million homes. And so somewhere in the middle there we'll settle, but still millions of homes are needed to accommodate our current demand. And so there's a whole group of millennials, almost over 8 million, that are coming into their prime home buying years. So we have a pretty big gap that needs to be filled. And as long as there's a lack of supply and the demand from the millennials, we'll continue to see home price appreciation. Obviously, at our current rate, it's going to slow, but some of that has been driven by the mortgage rates that have been below 3%, and which are unprecedented. And it's estimated we'll get up to like 3.3, I think is around like the consensus, 3.38 towards the end of the year. But again, these are still a lot better rates than we've seen historically, and it will continue to drive demand going forward. And then looking at Utah is one of the strongest economies in the nation. We've had the highest level of growth year over year for the past 10 years. We've had the highest level of population growth and job growth. And so we are in an excellent position. And in fact, Forbes published in an article that we had the highest rate of growth for our GDP for quarter one of this year. And it actually set a Utah state record at, I think it was $178 billion that we had for quarter one, which is outstanding. And so, going forward, as far as housing goes, we're in a great place financially and economically. And so we also have felt the same pressures that the nation has, in so far as low supply and high demand. And the University of Utah estimates that we're about 45,000 homes short of meeting our current demand. And we also are supposed to gain about 700,000 people by 2032. And so for builders to try and keep up with that influx of demand is going to be quite a task, and it's going to take years and years for them to be able to even come close. And so, again, we have an increase of supply and depleted supply and an increase of demand, which will continue to drive prices up. Again, it's scarcity, and that's just the way the market works. And so, if you're trying to time it, the best time to buy was yesterday and years ago, and the next best time is right now. But looking at it again, yeah, we're in a really strong position. Our economy is humming. Nationally, our economy is humming. Everything is pointed in the right direction. There's, obviously a lot of people think that we might be in a housing bubble, and that's just unfounded. Given the fundamentals of everything, that is not the case. It's exponentially different than what we saw in the global financial crisis that we had back in 2007. And yeah, things are looking up on the housing market end, and it's a good time to be a homeowner in Salt Lake City.